Literary theorist Roland Barthes takes this notion of combining pre-existing material to create something new one step further. In a highly influential essay from 1967 titled The Death of the Author, Barthes dismisses the traditional idea of an author as being the source of a text's meaning. He was writing about literature, but his ideas were widely embraced in contemporary art. Rather than emphasizing the intentions of the author, Barthes insists that meaning is truly created by the reader. A text consists of multiple writings, issuing from several cultures and entering into dialogue with each other, into parody, into contestation. But there is one place where this multiplicity is collected, united, and this place is not the author, as we have hitherto said it was, but the reader. The reader is the very space in which are inscribed, without any being lost, all the citations a writing consists of. The unity of a text is not in its origin, but in its destination.
Roland Barthes theorizes that the whole notion of authorship needs to be rethought. He argues that when a text is created, it's a multifaceted manifestation of different cultures, ideas, languages, beliefs, theologies, philosophies, etc. So when the writer puts their pen to paper, they believe that the ideas are their own. And when the book is finalized, they claim to be the author of their creation. However, the problem is that the self-proclaimed author has borrowed everything from previously existing texts that he or she has become aware of. That being said, if it's not the author we should be looking towards to understand art, then where should we turn? If the author is irrelevant, what gives such power to the text? What allows it to have such incredible purpose when we read or gaze upon it? Roland Barthes believes that we should look inside ourselves for the ultimate author. We author the world, art, film, photography, etc. through our own interpretations and belief systems. We ourselves ultimately decide what a text means, therefore creating new ideas and meanings in our mind. The meaning of the text can only exist when interpreted, and anything can be interpreted in infinite amount of different ways.
This theory emerges in the work of a range of contemporary artists who quite self-consciously borrow from and recombine pre-existing material. For example, David Salle's paintings, which combine pre-existing images in a way that defies any kind of coherent narrative. Byron's reference to Wellington is made up of 3 different images put together on one canvas to make a deliberately disconnected whole. On the top lie a spread of dead fish that might have been borrowed from a Dutch still life, below a kitschy illustration of rustic 18th century couple, and a young woman holding what looks like a crown of thorns. Though one might speculate that this is an allegorical story about death, Salle's inclusion of other, unrelated images, like the drawing of an ear and the outline of tall ships, make it impossible to form a coherent narrative. This strategy is a rejection of artistic individuality and meaning. The death of the author is further emphasized by the fact that his paintings were often worked on by his assistants. In contemporary times, the internet and its acceleration of images, both their proliferation and exchange, has had a significant impact on artistic practice. Marie Angeletti's work spins an associative web between images that you might find through a Google search. A seemingly arbitrary assemblage of images, their combination creates a multiplicity of possible readings. Juxtaposed, spliced together, scanned, rescanned, photographed and rephotographed, these acts of continual reproduction distance the image even further from the subject. Has Angeletti emptied these images out of any possible meaning? Or in doing so, has she birthed new readings that speak more powerfully of the moment of image culture in which we find ourselves? Like Angeletti, Julia Wachtel uses images from internet culture, reproduces and recombines them to create entirely new narratives. Panels of colour overlay grainy images taken from various media, each with an invading cartoon character. Wachtel, who has been working in the same vein since the 1980s as part of the Pictures generation, is heavily influenced by Andy Warhol, a prevalence in her work that has been accelerated by the internet's quicksilver exchange of images and the blossoming of celebrity culture. The title of this image, Champagne Life, is taken from a song by R&B artist Neo, who sings of a life where dreams and reality are one and the same.
And now the ladies say, welcome to the champagne life, where trouble is a bubble in a champagne glass. Dreams and reality are one and the same. And we're gonna do it like this.
What do you think the significance of this reference is? And why has Wachtel used Kim Kardashian and Kanye West?